Good morning, this is Brandon coming from Jordan Motor Cars in San Antonio. I want to talk about a 1968 Camaro that we have. This car is a very high quality, high level build. To our knowledge, this car was built about 3.5 years ago, completed in California. It's been locally owned here in San Antonio until recently. The car has an extremely long list of things to go over, but we're going to talk about exterior right now. Beautiful gray metallic paint. When you look very closely at the car, obviously the lines and how straight it is all jumps out at you at first. It's not perfect, of course. The car has a few miles on it, 2,717 to be exact. Paintwork is absolutely gorgeous on the car. The trim on the car is also very, very nice. Since you're not here in person, we are able to point out on the camera some of the minor details that you might expect on a car like this. Just a couple of tiny little bit of chipping starting here on the grill, just to be expected. There's really only one other piece on the front that kind of needs a little bit of touch up right there. Now we're pointing out absolutely the worst details possible on the car, and that's really it. Headlights all work on the car, horn work on the car. It's a power steering car, power brakes, etc., etc. Coming around to this side here, one of the obvious things that stands out, rubber on the car is brand new. These are mounted onto some Billet Specialties machine wheels. The rears are running 275/40 ZR17s, and in the front 215/45 ZR17s. We'll get into the suspension, etc. later. But this detail here that Phil's shooting, hopefully you'll catch how beautiful the trim is on the car, the chrome. The mirrors are nice and tight, they're not loose. That's the same thing with the door handles. If you look here, this one section of trim, they did paint this to match the car, but the rest of the trim on the car, extremely nice and clean, no pitting. I really like the touches of the early original style windshield wipers and wiper blades. The glass in the car is beautiful. One of the things that's very, very nice when these cars get restored, they forget to do the lining on the inside or the rubber. Make sure all of that is nice and tight and fresh and firm so that when you're driving the car down the road, it doesn't make a lot of noises and squeaks and rattles. But look at these quarters and these sails on this car, just absolutely beautiful lines. The gapping on the door, the trunk lines, around the fenders, the hood, is really done right. Nothing sticks out, feels out of line. Spoilers mounted real nice and firm. Beautiful condition as well. The rear bumper and chrome is near flawless, as is the markers, the lenses, the bezels around the lenses. Back window trim, same thing. No dimps, no scrapes or scratches. Really a beautiful shape, beautiful condition car. Car can be driven and shown anywhere. Now we're going to point out, aside from the tiny little chips that were on the front grille, a couple of little flaws that we found in the paint, very minor, but that's how we are, really transparent. There's just a little bit of a shadow in the paint right there. Not sure what it is. It's very smooth to the touch. There's no imperfections there. It's just a real minor color issue. And another one right here. You've got to look really, really hard on this car to find anything other than these two, because I can't, and I've had a couple of eyes on it. Alright, moving to the interior now. Car is all custom leather interior. It's done in leather, beautiful stitching patterns and highlights throughout. It's got Alcantara suede. It's a few billet items like the billet steering wheel. If you look at the rest of the interior of the car, the dash is really, really nice. Obviously brand new gauges throughout. Nice big tack, nice big speedometer. Over on the cluster in the center stack, there's a few more of your necessity gauges. If you look real close down, you can see the custom speaker work done in the interior door panels, and notice the dome lights are working on the car. This car's got tilt wheel, power steering, power brakes, custom leather wrapped sport steering wheel, Tremec 5-speed, power windows. It's got navigation, air conditioning. Headliner on the car is obviously all custom done. It's real nice. Seats are beautiful. They're comfortable. Big plush leather. I like the touch with the handbrake in the center as opposed to a foot brake, allowing for all this beautiful carpet work to kind of show off. and it's got custom mats made to match. Also has a third brake light in it, just for FYI, and the overhead center console in its custom leather has got 2 dome lights in it as well, front and rear. All the weather strip trim again on the inside is just as nice on the outside, so when you're driving down the road, again, it's very quiet and smooth on the interior. And one other little feature here, car's got cruise control. When you get back to the trunk, this is another example of how well the car is detailed. The underside of the rear trunk skin obviously is absolutely beautiful. All the trim around the trunk, brand new rubber. When you get inside, you can see your amplifiers, custom leather stitched panels, and beautiful carpeting in the trunk as well. I really like this touch. You got battery in the rear for great weight distribution. That's a removable cover. And then while you've got it stored, parked, help preserve your battery, you got a battery disconnect. All right, we're going to take a quick look underneath the hood. As you can see, all beautifully finished to match the exterior of the car. A few water spots here, just not something that we need to take care of and address for a quick detail. The engine bay, spectacular. Very neat and tidy in here. Beautiful weather strip across the top of the cowl. All the hardware on the car, you can see it's just real tightly, neatly finished. Underneath the hood, you got a 400 board 30 over to a 406 cubic inch. It's obviously got a Victor Jr. Aluminum intake manifold with a big Holly on top. Real nice headers. When we're on top, you can't see the details in the suspension, but we've got fully adjustable coilovers with rebound dampeners. The vehicle's also got a full Willwood package on it. Beautiful dual piston calipers all the way around. Everything's slotted and drilled. Plus, you got the Willwood components. Beautiful pinion arms for the steering. Car's immaculate, detailed, really, really nice. Here we got a high flow Griffin radiator. There's your compressor for your radiator. Just look up to the firewall how nice and clean everything is. No plumbing, no wiring loose, no loose ends. Real nice and clean. Beautiful fuel rods, braided lines, the whole bit.